Hello everyone, my name is Adriana Shaughnessy and I am here today with Avery Dillard to film the first episode of a little mini-series we're going to be doing on the Harbor News called The Senior Files, where we interview some of Harbor's most promising seniors. And we just ask them a little bit about, where they came from, what their plans are for the future, and, what advice they have for any of our younger kids around here. So Avery was nice enough to join me, so we're gonna hear from him now. Can you tell the camera, a little bit about yourself?
My name is Avery Dillard. I am 18 years old, and in May I'm going to be 19. I started the Harbor School on March 1st, 2018, and to this day I've been a student here. It's been nice. It took a lot of time to get used to the Harbor School and how they do things, but after a while I've really grown close to the Harbor School. I've met a lot of good friends, made a lot of great memories. One of my favorite memories has been being a member of the morning news, working with the broadcasting students. A lot of my close friends work with the broadcasting room, and I've had a lot of fun doing that. I will say this though, for a lot of newcomers to the Harbor School, your first year here may not be the easiest, but keep in mind that a lot of people have been through that situation, so you're not the only one struggling.
All right. If you don't mind me asking, you had a favorite subject or a teacher?
I would have to say for my favorite subject, it's been science. I have enjoyed science a lot. My favorite teacher, she's not here anymore, but it was Miss Manley. We had so much in common, we got along so well, and she always managed to make me laugh.
So this isn't as cheerful as a question, but what is one thing you would have done differently at Harbor?
One of my biggest regrets was when I first arrived here, I really stood away from other people. I didn't really communicate with a lot. This was the first few weeks, and that really left an impact on me. I felt like it showed that I wasn't very social. I didn't want to be with other people. And the thing is, that's something I've always struggled with. And the fact that I couldn't even do it when I first came here is it really put a lot of pressure on me.
Well, as someone who's known you for a very long time and someone who's in your lunchroom, I can say that you've shown a lot of growth. So you should be proud of that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What are your plans for after graduation?
So I'm going to take maybe half a year or just a year off of school, find a job, find out I'm planning on enrolling into college. What college I'm going to enroll in, I'm not exactly sure yet. I have my eyes set on a few colleges. I'm gonna have to make up my mind eventually. But again, I'm not gonna rush too much because I don't really have too much planned.
Okay. What is any advice you'd have for our fly-ups or any of the younger kids coming up in Harbor?
Well, like I said, don't stress too much about it. If your first year is difficult, or maybe your first few years, that's fine. But I will say this, don't let that ruin your life or your school years. Because there are a lot of people out there just like you. Don't forget that.
And one final question, what would your senior quote be?
I want to give a shout out to, of course, for starters, my brother Aiden, always been there for me.
Thank you. You can pop in and say hello if you want. What's up?
I love you, brother.
My boy, my other brother, Clifton Purse, a fellow Sonic fan, Blue Blur brother, always a pleasure. I want to give a shout out to Antonio Garisto. He's always managed to make me laugh, despite all the arguments we've had. I want to give a shout out to my homeroom teacher, Ms. Schutz, Ms. Wilson, Ms. Manley, and Mr. Weiland. They've all been my previous homeroom teachers. I've always had fun with them. Of course, I want to give a shout out to Mr. McDermott. I've been really happy in the broadcasting room. And I'm really glad she gave me the opportunity, so thank you very much, Mr. McDermott. And of course, I want to give a shout out to Adriana. She's a one of a kind, as you can tell.
Thank you, Avery, for talking to us about your experiences in Harbor, and thank you for watching the first episode of Harbor's Senior Files. If you would like to see more of Avery or more of the other seniors we're going to be interviewing for this series, do check Annapolis Harbor's YouTube channel under the Senior Files playlist. Peace.